was really creepy, and I promise I will not do that again. I don't want people to think. I'm really fucking with this lighting though. Makes me actually look attractive for once. Nice silky chocolate skin. How you doing? Yeah. Anyway, what is up? Again, came up with a late night stupid idea. It's like, it's just 12:32. That ain't bad. So at 12:32, I have to be as quiet as possible because my sisters are sleeping in the other rooms, and I don't want to speak too loud and wake them up. If I do wake them up, I don't want them to think that I'm some weirdo talking to herself in his room, because I also care about what my sisters say about my weirdom. But tonight we're going to be reacting to a video called Bizarre Backstories Behind the Creepiest Photos. I already saw the thumbnail. Something already told me that I shouldn't be fucking with this video because it looked creepy as hell. Some woman just with her face all deformed, her neck. I don't know. I just feel like it's something that I really shouldn't be watching. Yellow Squad. I ain't worried about it. So without any further ado, let's just get straight into this shit. I guess try not to get scared. Oh, it's late as hell. The Riches, they always have some creepy ass videos.
10 creepy photos with disturbing backstories. Jonestown. Have you ever wondered where the saying, "Don't drink the Kool-Aid" came from? Well, look no further than Jonestown.
Kool-Aid is the
this
shit.
compound, built in the forests of South America, was to be the home of hundreds of mostly American followers of a religious cult called the People's Temple. In 1978, fearing the U.S. government was going to attack, the more than 900 members of the cult drank flavor aids spiked with cyanide and Valium. Taken before that fateful day, this photograph shows Jim Jones and members of his cult entertaining guests in the Jonestown compound. If you look closely, you'll notice they all appear to be drinking from a tub filled with a dark liquid, possibly grape flavor aid.
Bro, I would think that's some good ass cherry Kool-Aid.
At first glance, this picture of a Victorian-era family looks pretty normal. But do you notice anything when you look more carefully at it? If you notice that the parents seem blurry while the daughter is crystal clear, there's a good reason. During the early days of photography, it was normal for people to have family pictures which included recently deceased relatives. In this instance, the daughter's image is clearer than her parents because she is dead and not causing any motion blur. It's a
They don't look happy about that either. Like, what the hell? Taking photos with your deceased relative?
Even on its own, with no backstory, this picture of Pogo the Clown is creepy because...
Speaking of clown, I'm about to see it in a few more days, so wish me luck.
This photograph has a disturbing background which makes it all the more creepy. Pogo the Clown was the entertainment alias of notorious serial killer John
I actually heard about
Gacy.
this dude. He kept kidnapping so many kids and stuff.
In 1978, Gacy murdered 33 young men and hid most of their bodies inside his Illinois home. When he wasn't murdering people, Gacy was entertaining people at charitable events dressed as Pogo. After hearing this, we bet you'll never look at clowns the same way again.
Can't trust clowns,
New
bro.
Year's Day picture.
Fuck Pennywise.
It probably takes you a second before you can pick out the disturbing image of a man pointing a gun towards the camera in this photo. The picture was taken by Filipino counselor Reynaldo Dagsa and is supposed to be just his family who were out on the town during New Year's Day 2011. However, when he snapped the pic, Dagsa also captured 2 other men, one of whom was seeking vengeance for being arrested on the counselor's orders for car theft. Disturbingly, as this picture shows, Dagsa's last living act was taking a picture of his own assassination.
Shit.
The house party. In the summer of 2011, Tyler Hadley
terrible way
had a
to go
rather
out.
successful house party with over 60 invited guests. If you're thinking Tyler had cool and understanding parents, you'd be wrong. You see, when this picture of Tyler was taken during the night's festivities, Mr. and Mrs. Hadley were already dead, murdered by their own son with a hammer earlier in the day. While Tyler was having his picture taken with friends, the bodies of his parents were hidden in their bedroom, just feet away from their guests.
Just so that he could have a party.
Known
This
for handing
motherfucker.
out candy to neighborhood kids, Dean Corll was given the nickname Candyman. What wasn't so sweet about this guy is that he was involved in the torture and murder of at least 28 boys between 1970 and 1973. In 2012, a filmmaker doing research on Corll came across this Polaroid in a pile of his personal belongings. Disturbingly, it shows a young boy handcuffed beside a toolbox of Corll's torture instruments. Making the whole thing even creepier is that the boy in the picture was not identified and still remains a mystery to this day. John Lennon meets a fan. One of the most popular members of the Beatles, John Lennon was easily recognized everywhere he went. The famous musician had fans everywhere, and as this picture shows, Lennon was not against stopping to take the time for an autograph with his adoring public. This picture takes on a whole darker tone when you learn that the man getting the autograph is Mark David Chapman. Just hours after this picture was taken on December 8, 1980, Lennon was returning to his New York City apartment when Chapman emerged from the shadows and shot the former Beatle dead. The child killers. At first glance, this grainy photo doesn't look too creepy. Once you learn it was evidence used in an abduction and murder trial of a toddler, it takes on a much more disturbing quality. In 1993, James Bolger was out with his mom, who was going to the butcher's near Liverpool, England. When she briefly stepped away from James, two 10-year-old boys moved in and abducted the 2-year-old. The picture shows one boy holding Bolger's hand while the other walks ahead. 2 days later, the toddler's mutilated body was found by some nearby train tracks, and the boys were arrested. The class photo of 99.
What is this
Striking
world?
a pose, making silly gestures, or just smiling politely. This class photo is, in many ways, no different than any other class photo ever taken. There is, however, one disturbing difference. After looking the picture over, did you notice the group in the top left corner who looked to be aiming imaginary guns at the camera? 2 of these Columbine High School students are Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. Just weeks after this photo was taken, Harris and Klebold would perpetrate one of the most infamous school shootings in American history. The girl in black. You could be excused if you initially thought this picture was just a poorly taken picture of a girl or a still from some B-rated horror movie. In a sense, the horror movie point wouldn't be far from the truth. The picture is of 14-year-old Regina K. Walters, a runaway who was later found murdered. What makes this creepy picture most disturbing is that the photographer is her killer, Robert Ben Rhodes. Rhodes had cut Walter's hair and forced her to wear the black dress and heels before taking her out to a secluded barn where her body was later found.
Damn. Well, there you have it. I didn't get scared. It is really sad that in that school picture, they were literally the only one holding up the gun signs. And then 3 days later, they do that stupid shit. It's crazy because they were literally partly showing that they was already planning on doing that. Because they was the only ones holding up the gun signs. That's, wow. Probably taking that picture saying, yo, guess what? I'm about to shoot up the school. Yeah, that's fucking insane. Well, if you guys enjoyed, make sure y'all smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'm sorry that I am kind of speaking kind of quiet. I don't really like this at all. Don't worry, y'all hear me raising my voice and stuff like always. In that clown situation, what if Stephen King actually came up with the idea of making that movie hit? Because that dude right there killing all of those people, that would be fucking crazy. It's just that dude wasn't demonic. Was Pennywise demonic? I don't know. I haven't even seen the old It movie. I haven't seen the old one or the one that's coming out or the one that's in the theaters. I mean, but yeah, what if Stephen King came up with the idea of making that clown based off of that dude killing all those people? That'd be crazy. That's actually a theory, to be honest. It's like, not really. Let me stop. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm out of here, son.
Than that president smirking, you got evidence. Now you need new residence. Hey, hey, that's what.